She said it in front of everyone, my own wife. Her voice sharp and loud enough to cut through laughter and champagne. "I wish I never met you, Rick. I never loved you." The music stopped. Glasses froze midair. And me? I stood tall, straight, calm. I let silence crawl through every corner of that perfect little anniversary party. Then I said, evenly, "Then consider me as if I never existed. Live your lives as though there was never a husband named Rick." They went silent. The whole party froze. We'd been married 12 years, 12 long, loyal years. I built everything for her, our home, her business, her reputation. I was the quiet architect behind her loud success. People adored her charm, her glow, her effortless grace. They never saw the way she dimmed me down, piece by piece, until I was just a background shadow. But I didn't mind, not at first. I loved her too much to care who stood in the spotlight. Until I saw the texts. Her phone lit up one night beside her pillow. "Can't wait to see you tomorrow. He's too blind to notice." It wasn't the message that broke me. It was the tone, the way she talked about me, like I was furniture. And then I saw the name, David, my best friend. Pain is a strange thing. It doesn't always make you cry. Sometimes it sharpens you. That night I didn't confront her. I simply looked at her sleeping face, calm and beautiful, and thought, "You've just rewritten the end of our story." I began quietly. Every morning I'd kiss her goodbye like nothing was wrong. Every night I'd study her patterns. When she laughed too much at her phone. When she said she was working late. I took notes, dates, places, times. Then came the evidence. A private investigator. Discreet, professional. Photos, videos, hotel receipts. Each piece a blade, honed and waiting. But revenge, to me, was never about rage. It was about precision. I wanted her to feel the loss, the emptiness she'd carved into me. I started by becoming invisible. Quietly moved money from our joint account into a trust she couldn't touch. Transferred business shares into a silent corporation, mine. I left her with the illusion of wealth while I hollowed it out from underneath. David was the next piece. He and I co-owned a software firm. I handed him more control, more responsibility, more trust. And when he took the bait, redirecting funds for his secret getaways, I documented every transaction, every single one. 2 months later, I filed everything. Divorce papers, financial fraud reports, evidence packages, to be delivered simultaneously. All timed for one evening, our anniversary, the party she had planned. She stood in front of the guests, radiant, pretending we were the perfect couple. And I let her. I let her hold that illusion one last time. I even raised a glass when she toasted to love that survives everything. Then came her moment of cruelty. "I wish I never met you. I never loved you." She said it laughing, but it wasn't a joke. It was venom disguised as wit. And that's when I dropped the mask. "Then consider me as if I never existed," I said. "Live your lives as though there was never a husband named Rick." The silence that followed was sacred. Her smile faltered. David, standing at the back, looked pale. Because in that silence, I nodded toward the lawyer waiting by the door. He handed her the envelope. Then another to David. Inside, divorce papers, proof of adultery, embezzlement reports, asset transfers, everything. It took seconds for her face to drain of color, seconds for whispers to ripple through the room, and seconds for the photographer, hired by me, to capture it all. By the time the police arrived at David's doorstep later that night, my plan was complete. He was finished. She was alone. And I was free. The house was mine, the company was mine, the silence mine too. But I didn't celebrate. I sat in the same chair where we once dreamed of our future, the same table where she laughed, the same window where she kissed me goodnight, and I realized revenge doesn't heal pain. It clarifies it. It draws a clean line between who you were and who you refuse to be again. Weeks later, she called. Her voice trembled. "Rick, can we talk?" I let the silence stretch, then said quietly, "I told you to live as though I never existed." She cried softly, and I hung up. That was the real ending. Not the documents, not the downfall, that moment. The sound of her realizing that the man she destroyed had already erased himself from her story. Now, when I walk past people who once knew us, I see their eyes, pity, curiosity, guilt. They whisper, "He's the one whose wife cheated, whose friend betrayed him." But I smile, because they don't know the truth. They think I was destroyed. They don't realize I simply stepped out of a life that wasn't mine anymore. And in doing so, I became something stronger, untouchable. So when she said, "I wish I never met you," I granted her wish. I never existed.